Almost everyone thinks an Ontario divorce means splitting everything 50-50. The house, the RRSP, the pension, all of it. That's not how it exactly works. Today, I'm explaining the actual formula behind your settlement, and it might change how you think about the whole process. Welcome. I'm Amanda Willing, and this is episode 3 of the Family Home series. We've covered the home special rules and your 3 options for it. Today, we zoom out to the formula that ties your whole settlement together, equalization. What is equalization? Equalization is about sharing the financial growth of the marriage. It's not about splitting individual assets down the middle. Each spouse calculates their own net family property, NFP for short. The spouse with the higher NFP pays the other half the difference. The result is one payment, the equalization payment, not a division of property item by item. How NFP is calculated. Here's a step-by-step breakdown. Step 1, everything you own on your separation date. Step 2, minus your debts at separation. Step 3, minus what you owned on your wedding day, net of debts. What's left is your net family property. Here's a simple example. Let's make this concrete and digestible. Say spouse A has a net family property of $500,000 and spouse B has a net family property of $200,000. The difference between them is $300,000. The equalization payment is half of that, $150,000. So spouse A pays spouse B $150,000. That is the mechanism. Now, 2 things trip people up more than anything else in this calculation. The first is the wedding day number. Most people think of that as what they brought in, the savings, the car, the down payment. But it works both ways. If you walked into the marriage owing money, for example, student loans, a line of credit, that counts too. And not the way you'd expect. If your net worth on your wedding day was below 0, you don't simply deduct nothing. That negative number gets added back in. The debt you paid off during the marriage is treated as growth the 2 of you built together. So picture 2 people with the same income. One married with $100,000 in saving, the other owing $20,000 in debt. They can end up in completely different positions, not because of what they earned, but because of what they started with. The second thing is the date. Everything gets measured on the day you separate, not the day you file, not the day the house sells, and not today. Value freezes on the separation date. The market can move after it, an account can grow, a bonus can land, and generally that sits outside of the calculation. Which is exactly why your separation date is the most negotiated fact in your family law file. It isn't a technicality. It's the day your entire settlement gets measured. What equalization doesn't do and what comes off the table. Equalization doesn't decide who keeps which specific assets. That's a separate negotiation. The payment itself can be funded by almost any combination of assets, the house, an RRSP, cash, even a business interest. And some things do come off the table in 2 different ways. Assets you owned before the marriage aren't technically excluded. They're credited back to you through the wedding day deduction we just talked through. True exclusions are separate, and these include things such as inheritances and gifts from someone outside the marriage received during the marriage and kept separate, along with certain personal injury settlements. And these exclusions only hold up if you can actually trace the funds, which means documentation, records. And remember, the matrimonial home exception from 2 weeks ago. If you own the home on your wedding day and it's still the family home when you separate, its full value goes in with no wedding day deduction for it. Equalization is the foundation of every Ontario property settlement. One net payment based on the difference in what each of you built during the marriage, not an asset by asset split. So here's your one action this week. Take a page and make 2 columns, what you owned and what you owed on your wedding date, what you own and owe today. Most people have never written it down, and once you do, the whole negotiation gets clearer and a lot less frightening. If you're dealing with separation, buying or selling the home, or planning for the future, we'd love to help. Visit Willing Law today to book a consultation, a free 15-minute strategy call to discuss your specific situation, or download one of our free legal guides. And if you found this helpful, follow along for practical legal advice every week.